this is the Isolastic's Vernier kit for the front of the engine, and it's from OldBritts and from Andover Norton. And so it arrived today. I had the package expedited because I've got an event coming up in the next couple of weeks that I really want to go to on the Norton, and so kind of had this flown in today, and so its first impressions are very, very good. It's a really nice bit of kit, and I'll just go through bit by bit, component by component, just to let you know what we have here. And so yeah, unfortunately, once I got this apart, I thought, well, now I've come so far, I sort of abandoned the shimming process, and I've decided to go with this Vernier kit instead. The rear Isolastics is going to be a different story altogether. But anyway, here's a quick flyby of everything that comes in this care package from OldBritts and Andover Norton. Working from left to right, left being the primary side, this is how it's supposed to look. And go into a couple of more details in a minute, but starting from the left, we have the little booty, the gaiter that's on the left hand side. That's the locking collar, and there's a little grub screw there. I've got some anti-seize paste on there as well, so that's why it looks a little messy. That is a 3/32 Allen key to lock that down. Then we've got the PTFE washer. That's the inside collar where you'd normally have shims on the inside. Of course, don't need those because of this whole thing. And then this is the rubber mount mechanism right here. As you'll see, it's a single unit, so we'll come on to that, but it's going to be interesting to try and get that into there. But I think it should be fine. Those rubbers are definitely way more malleable than I thought they would be, so should be fun. And then here, just almost a mirror image of what we had on the left hand side here on the timing side. So inside collar, PTFE washer. Here's the critical component right here. This is the locking ring, collar, whatever you want to call it, that's adjusted here by this, they call it a Tommy bar. It's just basically a bar that fits into one of those holes there. It does say that a spoke will work as well. And then this little clip, I was wondering what that was in the packet. It basically goes around there, and there's a little notch in it. I don't know if you can see it. It just goes in one of the holes just to protect it, I guess. And then finally the rubber mount on the right hand timing side. Also comes within, well, not instructions here, well maybe, yeah, just a schematic. And then those are the bits that I've bought actually that are highlighted. And then a few instructions on how to adjust, which are pretty good. That's front and rear, so I guess the same instructions for 2 packets. And then I did buy a new bolt that goes through the center of the whole thing, considering the last one was in a right state. So one thing that wasn't immediately apparent from this picture, and just looking at it, is, you know, you've got one side here which is threaded all the way to the end, and this one isn't. And I was not quite clear on which side we had that's the locking collar, I guess they call it here, and then this is the adjuster here. And so I just assumed that the one with a long thread would be the one that we use here, because obviously you've got more play to tighten it down and adjust the isolastics, but it wasn't apparent. So what I found though is, as I looked at this collar here, you'll see it's got a cap on the inside, so it actually bottoms out. And so when this goes on here, and this goes together really nicely, by the way, it's a lovely fit, it just bottoms out right at the end of the thread. And then of course again the other telltale sign is, as you insert the grub screw through this hole here, it's bottoming out as intended on the flat there and not on the thread. So I suppose to most folks that would have made total common sense, but it just took me a moment to realize that. And then here again, lovely fit, lovely slick fit. You'll see once it's bottomed out, there's that much play, and so I'm assuming that, you know, the range of adjustments going to be anywhere out here to there, of course. So we'll see. The rubbers themselves, if I just take this off, they're pretty supple, and so they're significantly bigger than the hole here, the bore, as you would expect. But I think with some appropriate lubricant, a little bit of force, they should go in. You know, with the old system, this was separate, and then this was a unit, and then this was separate. And I think you could twist and turn it to get it in, and then just twist them while they're inside the bore to make them line up. But this thing here, the whole thing is going to have to go in. So I think there'll be some manipulation that can take place. But being so soft and flexible, I think we're going to be okay. But you'll see how that works out. So next step, I'll just kind of loosely assemble this without obviously trying to put it in here, just to give you a sense of how everything fits together. So great, that was dead simple. Now all I've got to do is get this in there. Okay, so here goes. I'm going to use some silicone lubricant to just lube inside this bore, same with the unit, and then we'll try and get it inserted. Oh my god. Oh, that was easy. Could that have been any easier? Oh my gosh, thought I was gonna be fighting with that. Simple. So now I think I just need to make sure that these are equidistant and the spacing's the same. I'll figure out how to do that shortly. That just pops in. Amazing how a little bit of lubrication can help, right guys? Here's a little shot of the before and after. Before on the top, after on the bottom here. And so we're almost ready to start reassembling this front Isolasticity unit.